Welcome to Psychology, the Daf. We are in Gemara Pesachim, Daf Yud Zayin. The Gemara relates about a quiz that Chagai, the Navi, gave to the Kohanim. Now, the Gemara gets into a whole discussion about exactly what the nature of the questions were and what the answers were and whether the Kohanim passed the test or did not pass the test. However, I want to focus on a beautiful pshat in the Psukim from the Malbim on those verses that are not like the Gemara's pshat. The pasuk in Chagai, Perek Beis, Psukim Yud Beis through Yud Daled, basically speaks of a few questions that Chagai tested the Kohanim with. And the first one was something along the lines as follows: if a man is carrying sacrificial meat in the fold of his garment, and then he touches bread, wine, oil, or any other food, will they become holy? And the Kohanim said no. Then Chagai went on to ask the next question, which is if someone became tameh, became defiled by touching a corpse, and then he touches any of these food items, will they be defiled? And the Kohanim said yes. So the Pashup shot in the quiz is basically he was asked if you have a cloth. He was asking the Kohanim if there's a cloth separating between them and the Tumah, will it defile or not defile? And it's a very simple and obvious quiz. And so because that quiz seems too obvious, the Gemara offers a much more complex situation having to do with secondary, tertiary, quaternary, and quinary levels of Tumah. However, the Pashup shot is that was the quiz. And the Malbim gives a very beautiful shot. The Malbim says that the quiz was a metaphor. And the metaphor was as follows. Let's take a look at the two situations. In situation one, a person has holiness, has holy food in the fold of his garment, and indirectly touches other food. And the question is, does the food become holy or not? Let's just hold that thought for a second. Then in the second scenario of the quiz, the Kohanim are asked if the person touches a corpse, will he transmit that tumah to other food? And they answer yes. So what the Malbim is trying to say, that Chagai is trying to say to the Kohanim, is that if you want holiness to penetrate, if you want Kedusha to penetrate, then you can't have barriers. You can't have it inside your garment. There has to be a way to allow the holiness to penetrate. And if you want the holiness to penetrate and you allow it to penetrate, then it will do so. On the other hand, the force of Tumah is very powerful, and if one touches a corpse, then they'll spread it to many other things. And so, likewise, the force of sin, the force of non-purity is powerful, and that once you come in contact with it, you can spread it to many others. So, the upshot of this is that holiness must be allowed to penetrate into the heart. And what stops holiness? Barriers. What barriers stop us from being holy?